Okay, game 3. King's Court's back. You earned this, Shanahan. There's so there's like no buys or anything, and no real gains except smugglers. That'll be awkward. But there's also Hermit actually. Hermit's kind of significant here. You can also score with Tomb. Um, this one's acceptable. It's honestly not great. Like there's negatives here. You got an engine that's a little bit rickety, and smugglers is going to make it potentially very stalematey. Is a concern. But there's at least things to do. Oh, okay, so what are we doing? So like the theoretical end goal, I think, is to like acquire some groundskeepers and then like gain estates off of Hermit for a bunch of points. I think a likely result of this game is you score a bunch of points at Tomb, piles lower really fast because like Hermit gains and stuff, and then you're afraid to touch groundskeepers because smuggling happens. The Masquerade aspect is also a little bit awkward because you have to have some junk in your deck to pass with Masquerade, and so you might accidentally have to pass like a good card. Flagbearer could be relevant to that end. Having like a 6-card hand might help avoid that. I think the opening is probably double Hermit. I'm pretty sure I want at least one Hermit. Smugglers will be really significant, for sure. I think you want to get deck control, but then you can gain the smugglers off of Hermit. That's easy to get. And then spin your buys on like King's Courts. And I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to like King's Court some Hermits and just like drain the 3/3 cost piles and like trash them again with Hermit just for tomb points. And that's what's going to happen. I'll take a second Hermit. I don't want to let all my Hermits get trashed because even once they've run the course of being estate trashers, the gaining effect seems significant here. With the paucity of other gains around. He took the flag. Well, now he's got a big hand, but I don't think that's super helpful yet. Like, all I really want to do at the moment is play Hermit. Should I take Smugglers already? I think I'll take Masquerade. I want to trash at least a majority of my coppers at the very least. And then, like, if he buys something nice, I could mid-turn gain a Smugglers off of the Hermit and then redraw and play it and still be fine. I think I just pass a copper. The Hermit can deal with the estates. I could buy flag here. I'm not sure if that helps me in any way. My guess is it doesn't. I got like a madman down there, so I'm probably just going to draw my deck just fine regardless. I can take Smugglers now. I might also consider getting a silver, because I think I would need a silver to get to 7 at this point. So I've got my Smugglers. So maybe now my goal is Hermit gain a silver so I can buy King's Court. King's Court has this pleasant property of being unsmuggleable. So I believe he's got... Okay, I think he had a Hermit and just elected not to play it because he wanted King's Court. Which I think makes sense, right? Because if he bought like something worth 5 or 6, I would have just smuggled it. But he didn't, so I can't. So here, I think I don't need to pop the second Madman just yet. Like, he gets me a King's Court and whatnot. But he doesn't have a Smugglers yet, and he doesn't have a Madman, so he's probably not going to draw his deck. So I don't think he can do any gain and play, like mid-turn gain of Smugglers and play it stuff. So I think I'd be fine if I only hit like 5 here and get a lab. And I want more Masquerades. I guess I take the silver now. I'm going to need the silver anyway. And Laboratory. Could be Hostelry. Hostelry plus Way of the Owl is decent draw. Use Owl some other random card after playing your Hostelry first. Maybe I like that better. I think I like that better than Lab. At some point, I'll probably have to contest this flag. We're starting to get to the point where the flag is going to like have a real non-negligible impact on the game. Okay, so he gained a hostelry. I can smuggle that here. I could discard treasures. I'm still unsure if there's enough value in playing this Madman right now. I think, so my Hermit's down there, and I think the last card is a copper. Do I value playing that enough to pop the Madman? I guess it's fine. I mean, it gets me some horses. Or a horse. Take another Smugglers. Smuggle a hostelry. Discard for horses. And take the flag. I could also take one more hostelry. It's worth considering. I think I'll start this flag war. Or he started the flag war. I think I'll enter the flag war. I feel pretty ahead. I mean, he's got a King's Court and all, but just in general, I think my deck is doing a lot more. I've got more victory points, which suggests I've trashed more things, and thinning is winning. So I am, how they say, over-terminaled. I think I just want to pass him the flag. Because like passing with Masquerade doesn't actually count as gaining, so he doesn't get the flag back if I pass it. And now he's just got like another flag to deal with. I mean, the downside is it makes it easier for him to trash. You know, like he can get the flag back by trashing the flag. And yeah, I probably shouldn't pass him the flag actually, just because gaining flag bearer is like not easy. You're very limited in cards you can gain that cost 3 or more here. And so the easiest way for me to get the flag back if he takes it again is just to trash the flag bearer that I have, and I'd be giving up that opportunity. So I think I'm just passing a copper and not trashing. And he gained a bunch of stuff. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. So if I like played something else and then owled a card, I'd draw 1 more card. I'm not sure what all cards are down there. All my hostelries are counted for. Did I play a horse? There's a horse down there. I don't want to draw the horse. So I'll just smuggle something. Maybe buy a laboratory now. Or maybe just buy another hostelry. I've got, well, I was gonna say I have more villages, but he has a King's Court, which is potentially a ton of villages. Right, like King's courting a smugglers is, an easy way to play a bunch of smugglers. But even aside from that, he could like King's court a hostelry and have a bunch of villagers as well. So I'm not sure how true this is. I was thinking, like I've got more hostelries, and so I can play more smugglers than he can. But on closer reflection, that King's court is like at least 2 hostelries worth of villages. I do need to get to 7 at some point soon. I want to be buying King's courts with as many of my places as I can. I'm happy that he did not find his smugglers, because I didn't want him to smuggle hostelries. So I've got theoretically 6 money in deck right now if I spend a terminal space on flag bearer. So I would need to hermit gain a silver, draw it, and play flag bearer to hit 7 this turn. I'm not sure if that's within the realm of possibility right now. I could also smugglers gain a silver, I guess, because he just did that. Okay. Oh, I just trashed the flag bearer here because I want the flag back. And I don't get to hit 7 this turn. Did he gain anything useful? I mean, not really. I could smuggle the silvers though. How many silvers do I want? So I could take 2 silvers, which would allow me to trash more of these coppers and then still hit 7. Alternatively, I could gain a hermit, trash the hermit with my hermit, and then gain a singular silver, which it gives me 1 more point from tomb. I think I'll take the tomb points and say that 1 silver is fine for the moment. And hostelry horse or laboratory time? I think I'll take a lab. We'll see how that goes. Not having any coppers in hand is a little bit sad. I'll have to pass that silver I just acquired. Well, I guess I can't really know if this is the silver I just acquired. This could be the silver that's been with me for a while. I'm passing a silver either way. I don't think I want to give him any of the other cards. Which means I'm still not hitting 7 quite yet. Provided he plays Masquerade, which he seems very likely to. Oh, he has a Madman. That cheeky fella. He's gonna King's Court of Smugglers. I shouldn't have gained a lab. I should have thought that through. I didn't notice the whole Madman thing. Realizing that he's gonna draw his deck this turn. King's Court Smugglers just looks really strong, and lab's probably a card I don't want to have that many copies of. Not necessarily all bad, because I can smuggle him back, but I think it's probably not good. Yeah, there it is. And with that, not really sure I'm in the lead anymore. I definitely thought I was in the lead in the earlier turns. I think if I'd managed to get a King's Court on the turn I started to want a King's Court, I would have retained the lead, but I'm struggling to hit 7. And I don't know, maybe that's my place that did that. Maybe I should have gained more silvers, or silvers at a different point or something. But I'm not hitting 7 like I wanted to. And he is hitting 7 like I wanted to. Okay, so here, if I play 2 smugglers, I'll have 4 cards in hand, which means this horse will draw 3. I think that's worth it. It's terminal, but it draws 1 more and it conserves the horse for next turn. So I think I like that play order. Is that all my host? Yeah, that's all my hosteries. Okay, well. So I'd probably just smuggle one more laboratory then and buy a silver. Yeah, I'm losing this game now, aren't I? Those King's Courts are just gonna really destroy me. And I can't get my hands on them. I can't turn this hermit into a madman now because hermits are out and I need a hermit. Yeah, I think I'm dead in the water here all of a sudden. The problem is, I think, that he has a lot more power than I do, unless I'm mistaken, to just drain this estate pile. Like, he'll probably take all the labs here, and then that's 2 piles, and then he'll King's Court some hermits and empty estates or smugglers or something. And I just don't have that many games because I don't have King's Court. Maybe the lab I bought just should have been a silver. Because him smuggling silvers wasn't as important. You know, he already had a King's Court, and I didn't. I think maybe that's like the crucial place where I threw the lead is when I bought that laboratory, not noticing he had the madman and was just going to smuggle a bunch of labs. Maybe I should have just bought silver. So he doesn't. I don't think he has the pile out here, right? He's only got 2 King's Courts, so I don't think he has enough to play to gain 3 labs. But like, you know, this pointless lead might just be insurmountable anyway. But yeah, it turns out King's Court's a good card. King's Court is King's Court after all. He bought a silver. Interesting. Yeah, the silvers, I think, make sense. They're annoying to me because there's not much value in me smuggling them. Like, I want things that I can trash for tomb points, and it's not easy for me to trash silvers. You know, Masquerade can trash silvers, but, like these, the Hermit can't trash silvers or anything. Yeah, so... where do I go from here? I can finally afford King's Court. Better late than never. But the game's almost over. He's probably going to pile out smugglers next turn. Like, if his deck does what his deck can theoretically do, he'll just, like, King's Court Hermit twice, and that'll be the ball game. And, like, I could take a province, but that doesn't even help in the first place, because he could trash the smugglers as they come in to score points. And I think that only prolongs the inevitable. So I think I just take... I think I can trash one of these smugglers. I can't play them all. Take a Masquerade, trash it, and buy King's Court. And hope that somehow I make it to the long game and do something or other with that. He has a nut. Where are these madmen coming from? Did you get multiple madmen on that one turn? Have silver. Oh, he didn't buy anything turn 8. That's where it came from. All right. Does he have one more hermit in hand? He does. That is the game. GG. Yeah, it turns out King's Court's a good card. All right. On to the next game.